I use reshade, but I have different reshade configurations. For this map, it's different from the Archangel one. So this one I use clarity, adaptive sharpen, technicolor. And I know a lot of people have been asking me for my reshade settings. And I said to them, hey, I'm going to do a video about it. I'm really, really sorry about that. I should have done it sooner than now. But it's like, I don't have time. There's just so much content coming out. So the first things first, clarity is my #1 go-to. You can see, like, this is all dull. And then you put clarity in there, boom. Get a little bit more brightness. It definitely makes the textures look better too. I run the game on low, so I have to rely on stuff like this to make it look better. Adaptive sharpen. I used to use Luma sharpen, but I don't use it for this one. Adaptive sharpen. That's this one right here, 1.47. 1.47 on the adaptive sharpen makes the game, you know, nice and crisp. It's crisp, like a crispy chip. If I turn this off, watch, it'll just blur. Like, my face is gone. The lines on my face are gone. My pants are gone. It's like, I like this. This is sharp. Like, it's clear. This, I feel like I'm wearing those beer goggles. I feel like I'm wearing beer goggles, you know, when I have this on. But when I have this, look at my face. Boom. And Technicolor is the last one, because Technicolor controls brightness and color. And this is Technicolor. Technicolor 2. Technicolor 2 is the one that you need. I'll show you my settings for Technicolor 2 all the way at the bottom. Technicolor 2 right here. So you want brightness at 0.7, saturation at 0.8, and the strength at 1, which is full. Technicolor is the difference between this garbage and this. Although I briefly remember something about PU, or maybe Poopy Queen said something about maybe implementing, or maybe it was another person on Twitter saying that, hey, don't you think it's time that you guys give us a little bit of a sharpen or a saturation filter? I think they're thinking about it. It's going to be in your game options. So if you go into your settings, let me just close this out. These are my settings. So these are my reshade settings. And it's going to be in your settings, and then you go to gameplay. So hopefully they'll give us something in the game that does all this, and that we don't have to keep downloading reshade on every single patch or keep updating it. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys.
Now, even though those are my settings, I thought it'd be useful if I showed you guys what the game looks like without reshade and with reshade. Now, most of you already know that I have a potato of a PC, so it makes it that much harder to make the game look that much better. So I have to rely on programs like reshade and Sony Vegas in the post-processing of the video to make it look good. Now, if you're wondering what my settings are in Sony Vegas, I already made a video about that. If you want, you can click on the icon up in the top right-hand corner of the video, and it will take you to that video. Now, to be fair to PUBG, the game has come a long way. It does look fairly decent without reshade, but I honestly feel like with reshade, you can spot players better. Things can be a little bit more sharper in the game itself, but sadly we don't have those options yet. And as you can see here in the lobby, the lines are definitely sharper, more defined, it's a bit brighter, which will make it that much easier for you to spot players on the map, especially on a map this big. It's a pretty big map, so any advantage that you can get to spot players is a plus. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are watching a video like this for the first time, thinking about getting reshade and saying, hey, can I play the game without even getting this program? Absolutely. There's a lot of streamers and players that play the game really well without reshade. The game does look fairly decent. It's just, if you have a slower PC or not a top-of-the-line graphics card, then I would strongly recommend getting reshade. We already know that it's not bannable, and it's going to up the overall quality of your videos, especially if you get into firefights. Explosions look a lot better. Even water towns and water collision, water effects look much better with reshade. I feel like this desert map was meant to have a reshade setting already implemented into it, but sadly it doesn't. These are my 3 settings that I use for the desert map itself, and I hope that you guys found it useful. If you ever want to come back to this video, make sure you leave it a like so that you can always come back and check out the settings. Since the game is going to be out of early access and in full release today, I don't know how it's going to affect all of my settings, so this will be a good video and a good guide for me to come back to in case I forget some of my settings or I just need to come back and retweak some of my reshade settings. So hope you guys enjoyed the quickie video. Please don't forget to share it with your friends if you found it fun, informative. If it helped you out, leave it a little like. Thank you to all my stream sponsors and my Big D donos that make all these videos possible. I have been a little bit under the weather, but I really hope that we can get back onto our regular stream schedule. There's just so many things in the works right now. So many good things that are happening. Again, guys, if you have any questions about the reshade settings or anything else, leave them in the comments below and I'll see if I'll have an answer for you. As always, stay strong and I'll see you